Do you ever feel like there's still a stigma being a part of a show called Teen Mom when your life has really evolved past that label?
Every day. Every day.
Can you set the record straight? Are you single? Are you taken? Are you dating?
My girls are starting to sleep by themselves and they're getting older. So now I'm like, all right, maybe I should go on a date or something.
I love how you and your sisters get all up in your mom's business. I love when you guys go through her phone. You've got opinions about who she dates.
If my mom ever gets a boyfriend, we already have this test down. And we gave him like 2 months to figure it all out, and then we test it.
Life's not always gonna be easy, but it's only gonna make us stronger, and that's all we can do.
I'm really enjoying Teen Mom 2, Season 10, Part B. How are you enjoying it? How has this season been for you so far?
I think just watching the girls, watching them just grow up on TV has been something I will always be able to look back on. And there are times that it's difficult just to air so much personal stuff out there, but I know that so many other people can relate, and I think that's, at the end of the day, that's what's important to me.
What are you most excited for the fans to see this season?
I just think, honestly, just continue to see me and my girls evolve. And also, Addie, I just partnered with a nonprofit organization to do some research and hopefully a cure research. Depends. We're seeing how Addie's muscle biopsies will respond to the treatment that they're doing on it, and we'll know in a month. So just having all of that play out on TV, I know.
Yeah, and that's so cool that you're using your platform to, you know, hopefully improve not only the life of your daughter, but so many others around the world who are struggling with similar issues. Is there one moment in Season 10, Part B that really sticks out as being the most challenging, or you're maybe not looking forward to reliving when that episode airs?
I think going to the gynecologist and doing that whole exam may be a little uncomfortable to have on TV, but at the end of the day, I think many of us women go through that. Early detection is so important when it comes to our health as women. So just keeping up with that and being able to share that 10 years later on the show, I never would have expected, talking to my daughters about this on TV, or even talking about or going through it on TV. I didn't think we'd be here, but we are.
I went to the doctor the other day because I was a little concerned about a lump that I had in my right breast. When I went for the ultrasound, they found a tumor in my right breast, but they didn't seem to think that it was cancerous.
I truly commend you for being so brave and having so much strength. I just want to know, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. The last ultrasound, they measured the tumor and it had grown, but they still don't think that it's anything to be concerned about or have any kind of procedure. So I am blessed and I'm so grateful. Other than that, we're doing great. We really are.
As it stands right now, you do not need to have surgery?
I do not need to have the surgery.
Oh, thank goodness. So good to hear. Yes.
So, you guys know, as we were getting older, we embraced all the fun stuff that happens with becoming girls.
How much did you tell them about your health scare, and how did they handle everything?
So I kind of explained to them the story of when I started my menstrual cycle and how that all played out. I was in 5th grade. And then I kind of talked to them about after menstrual cycles, it's important a week afterwards to examine your breast to make sure there aren't any lumps or anything that's unrecognizable. So I just want to be on top of it. I know that in my family, you didn't talk about anything like that. So I want them to feel comfortable talking about it moving forward. Even the floor is open. Whatever they bring to the table is what we'll talk about.
If you guys ever have any questions for me, you know that this is a safe place. You can come to me with any questions. If you hear things at school, do you feel comfortable enough to come to mommy?
Yep.
Yeah?
I want to talk a little bit about your girls, the twins. We've got Addie. How are they doing? What's going on with them? What's the latest?
They are doing great. Addie just started. Addie's a little baller, guys. She loves basketball. She is scoring all the hoops. Now loves soccer. So she's in that. There weren't very many activities that they could all three enjoy together. And Aaliyah was always in cheerleading. So once she stepped away from that, she was able to explore other activities, which was kind of cool to see their love of an activity that they all get to equally do together. And that was horseback riding lessons. Oh. And they love it. I mean, I cried. I'm emotional AF, okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
Allie and Aaliyah has had such a rocky relationship the past 11 years. Aaliyah had to deal with people bullying Allie, and then it's just, there's a different dynamic there with how each of them struggle with Allie having muscular dystrophy.
I just kind of want to check in and do a little co-parenting check. How are things going between you and Corey at the moment?
Things are going great with me and Corey. So we put the girls' best interest at heart. We told them no cell phones until going into middle school. And we've stuck to that. Usually if there's a decision that needs to be made, we make it together. And I think that's what's going to give our daughters the stability in their childhood that they need.
How are things going between you and Jeremy?
Things with Jeremy are great as well. He's actually out of town working. Of course, he works out of town a lot. Yeah. And I mean, we do what's best for Addie.
There's quite a few fans who are still holding out hope that you and Jeremy could be endgame together. Do you see these comments and what do you make of them?
No. I do see the comments. Even when I do the questionnaires, it's always, are you and Jeremy going to get back together? You should get back with Jeremy. And the answer is no. I think we have sealed that. I personally do not want to get back with Jeremy. We'll never be getting back together. I think we do well as being Addie's parents. And at the end of the day, that's all it will ever be.
So with that, Queen Leah, can you set the record straight? Are you single? Are you taken? Are you dating?
I am single. My girls are starting to sleep by themselves and they're getting older. So now I'm like, all right, maybe I should go on a date or something. You know, when they're with their dad for a week, I'm like, all right, it's a little quiet in the house.
What makes a great partner in your eyes? What are some of those qualities that you're looking for?
Obviously loves kids, compassionate, career driven, and good work ethics.
Is marriage something that you think about? Would you be open to that in the future?
Previously, I got married because it was just religious reasons. It was like, if you don't get married, it's not good to have sex out of wedlock. So I was like, all right, I'm getting married. And now I just feel like it puts a lot of pressure on your relationship. And maybe, and it's not that I'm being cold. I don't know. Why do we necessarily have to have papers to make it a good relationship? So I don't know. I don't know.
I do hope that you find somebody that makes your heart happy, because you really deserve it. I know how hard you work and what a terrific mom you are. So finding that little, I don't know, cherry on top at the end of the day.
Addie's standing behind the computer. She's going, oh.
Hi, Addie. How are you?
Good.
Addie, I actually have a question for you. I love how you and your sisters get all up in your mom's business. I love when you guys go through her phone. You've got opinions about who she dates. Tell me about that, and what do you hope your mom finds in maybe a future partner?
If my mom ever gets a boyfriend, we already have this test down. And we give him like 2 months to figure it all out, and then we test it.
What do you make your mom's friends go through in order to pass the test?
Oh, questions. Making sure they know.
Her for dinner?
Oh, okay. What'd you cook for her? What's my mom's favorite color? What's my mom's favorite animal?
Addie, it's so good to see you, and come back and say goodbye when I'm done with your mom, okay?
She'll have to call me.
She said you'll have to call her.
Oh, okay, for sure. It's been such a joy getting to know you through the show over the last 10 plus years. Have you thought about when you think it might be time to say goodbye to the cameras?
I mean, whenever, honestly, I'm here for the ride. I've been a part of the show from the beginning, and I stay committed to that.
I think what's unique about Teen Mom is that it's not just a show about you, Leah. It's about your girls, it's about your extended family, it's about their dads. How does everyone else feel about being a part of the show? Do your girls, as they get older, do you think they like having the cameras around as much as you do?
I think sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. If they don't want to film, they usually go to their rooms or they go somewhere else. And I don't make them film. At the end of the day, I let them decide if they want to film or they don't want to film.
Is there a moment that sticks out that you're so happy that it was covered by the show, that you have it, that you can always go back to it and rewatch it? And then on the flip side, is there a moment that you're like, oh, I wish the cameras hadn't have been there, or you cringe, or you wish it didn't happen?
Going through 2 divorces was really hard. Struggling with addiction was really difficult. And all of that stuff is on TV. Just my early adult life. Everything where you make the most mistakes, all of that is on TV. And most embarrassing moment is peeing myself on national television. And I know. I'll never live that down. I'll always be known as the girl on 16 and Pregnant that pissed her pants.
I can't. Please go.
You gotta get in.
I think the best moments is just the birth of my daughters and watching them grow up on TV. We'll always have those memories.
For sure. And I have to ask you, you're on a show called Teen Mom 2, but I want to point out the obvious, that you're a really successful woman. You're nearly 30 years old. You're terrific in many arenas of your life. Do you ever feel like there's still a stigma being a part of a show called Teen Mom when your life has really evolved past that label?
Every day. I mean, but why would they change the name of the show? It is the show we started on. So I definitely think that is definitely labeled as that, but it's okay. Like, I continue. I don't know. How would you even change that?
I don't know. Would you be open to a spinoff, Leah's World, something like that, where we, showcase you as a businesswoman and growing your empire and your family? Is that something you've thought about?
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is something I thought about.
I'm going to keep all my fingers and toes crossed, because that is a show that I think we absolutely need. And I just am curious, you've been through so much over the last 10 plus years, and I don't know if you ever read the comments, but there's just so much praise for you online, Leah. People really commend you for the growth and maturity and the evolution that you've gone through, and how even through the ups and downs, you've really prioritized over everything else, just being a really loving and loyal mom. How does all that make you feel?
I love everyone that has been a part. Look, you're gonna make me cry a little bit. No. I love everyone that has been a part. Like, I really do. Like, I love everyone that has been a part of our story, our journey from the very beginning. I'll always remain that humble, loving person. That's just who I am. The first time I ever got on an airplane was for the show, and seeing different places, and just that probably wouldn't have happened for me. So I think I have a different level of appreciation for MTV and the show in itself.
My last question for you. Over 10 years of footage of you, what do you think when you look back and you see all your different looks and your transformations throughout the year? What goes through your mind?
I wish I could look back at my younger self and tell her that she was beautiful just the way she is, and that she's so loved and worthy of so much in life. Because I think that I was really young, looking to, I don't know, like, just really young and insecure, and trying to fit every trend, every style, everything on social media, and then being on TV made it even more difficult. And I wish I just would have been true to who I was at the end of the day, and stayed true to, now I am, but it's taken time. It's taken a lot of growth and healing to get to the place I am now, like just being happy with me. And I think that's it. But fashion trends, girl, do you remember I was like scrunching my hair with a bunch of gel, straightening my bangs? What was that? What was that?